I see that you've been having trouble breathing, and it's coming across as heaviness within my chest, pressure in my head, and in my sinuses and nasal cavity. And I'm also seeing from Encanto, I don't know her name, but the older sister, the one who's really strong. And I'm seeing Atlas, the god who's supposed to be the one who holds the world. And I'm seeing like just a basketball player, but like the basketball spinning on the finger. And it feels like there's so much you have to balance. And this is causing some anxiety and tightness within your chest and specifically within your heart and within your heart chakra. Know that your heart chakra does extend to your shoulders and your arms and hands. So you can feel some stress or tension in your shoulders and in your arms. And I'm seeing even just giving yourself a really big hug could be helpful. Or if you have someone close by who loves and cares about you, asking for a hug and just making time to give hugs to other people. Because I see that, yes, your chest is really, really tight. And some deep breathing would be good. I think even getting yourself a massage, I mean, we just went through the Taurus supermoon, and taking care of your physical body, I see so much stress that has been placed on you by people outside of you and by circumstances. And I see you're carrying, I'm seeing the 10 of Wands in my mind's eye. You're carrying much more than you were ever meant to handle or carry on your own. And it's time for you to put some of those things down. And it's time for you to set boundaries with the people who have set it up for you to have to carry this much on your own. Because I do see that this is partially because of a lack of responsibility from the people within your life. And I see also the weaponized incompetence. Like people have been acting like they couldn't do things because they wanted you to do them. And so not only are you putting things down, but you also need to put some people to the side. You've put people at the forefront or put people on a pedestal who should have never been there because you're the one who needs to be on that pedestal. You're the one who matters. Like in the grand scheme of things, you're the one having to live your life. And yes, you have to make decisions to take some of the weight off of you because a lot of the things that you've been carrying are not yours to carry. They're not your responsibility. I'm hearing not my monkey, not my circus, like that. Like this, and maybe you feel the need to help these people for whatever reason, but be careful of emotional manipulation because people can see that you want to be a helper. Maybe you have a little bit of a hero complex, and that can easily be taken advantage of. So, no, I'm sharing my sympathy with you because of all this weight that you're having to carry, but I'm also giving you some tough love because some of this weight could be removed if you made better choices for yourself and for your health and well-being. We have 5 of Pentacles and Judgment. So you have to take an honest look at your life. And that's, I'm seeing also this weight is coming from financial hardship and financial hardship because you're giving to other people and not making sure your own needs are met first. It's like a friend or loved one is going through a hard time, so you send them or give them money when your own bills haven't even been paid. And this, you need to take care of you first, take care of your family first. There's a big, you have to get a little bit serious about, if your life is not going the way that you hoped or planned and you're struggling to the extent that you are, you have to put other people aside and make yourself first. And make some very serious judgment calls about who gets to stay in your life at this time because you do not deserve to suffer. And if you surround yourself with people who enjoy suffering or are addicted to their suffering, you will never get better. You will never be able to get out of that 5 of Pentacles. And there's something here about, like, with the Five of Pentacles, it feels like being left out in the cold, but you need to leave these people out in the cold. It's time for you to sit by the fire to warm yourself. You know, I see you're like the type of person who's always offering your jacket to someone else, but in doing so, you're leaving yourself vulnerable to the cold. And I see it actually showing up. I mean, if we're vulnerable to the cold, our bodies can literally get sick. And maybe your body has been getting sick at this time, and it's trying to give you that wake-up call, that judgment of, hey, something is out of balance here, something is not right, you need to make better choices. Some people need to go. You're the most important here. And that's, I think you needed someone to tell you that because you feel that you're being selfish, but you are the most important person in your life, in your story. You are the main character, and your needs need to be met. Your cup needs to be filled first before anyone else. And I am talking in circles and repeating myself, so maybe you need to hear it a couple of times. Maybe people in your life have said things to you about this and you haven't listened. I mean, the mom friend of the group is coming out. Maybe I think you might be a Cancer or have Cancer placements because you just want to take care of people and make people feel safe in a way that you never felt safe. And I see that you still do not feel emotionally safe. Even now, even when you're creating that safety for so many other people, you have not created it for yourself. And it is your time. It's your moment to feel that emotional safety within yourself. And I mean, if you've done it for so many other people, you're plenty capable of doing this for yourself. Let's see what we have here. Yes. Yeah, 10 of Swords. I'm hearing lay down your sword. Like, this is not their battle. That's not your battle to fight. That is not your responsibility, and you kind of need to let it all go. And I will say, if you do have a hero complex, you need to really question where your desire to help is coming from, because even a beautiful thing like wanting to help someone can come from places of lack or like people pleasing or trying to prove yourself or trying to show that you have some sort of worth in this world based on how you can help other people. So, I mean, giving out of like just an abundance and overflow of goodness within your own life, and then you're able to help other people because of that is one thing, but you need to make sure that you're helping and your charity and your service is coming from a healthy place, because if it's coming from a place that's actually harming you, like shooting yourself in the foot, then it needs to, like, I almost see you need to just not help anyone for a little while and just help yourself. I think I'm even seeing someone who, like, say you're at a potluck or a gathering and you're the last person to eat, and it's like you were the one who put all the food together, you're the one who prepared this beautiful meal, and then on top of it, like, you've gone out of your way, broken your back to give these people a special moment, and then you end up eating last because you're doing too much. It's like you're crossing a line now. It's getting a little bit out of hand because I'm seeing you let everyone else go first at this meal that you prepared with your own food, with the money you bought the groceries for this, and you're letting everyone else go to the table first, and then you end up with nothing. Like, there's not even enough for you at the end because you let everyone go before you. And it's like you already did enough, you already prepared this beautiful thing, so why did you feel like you needed to do even more? And I'm seeing like the people who showed up, they didn't even bring a bottle of wine. So why are they getting this princess treatment from you? We have the Hermit. Yes, you need to focus on you. You need to have an internal time, rest and relaxation. You need to think. You need to, really start asking yourself some important questions and trying to figure out like where your motivations lie. What, like, I'm seeing this lantern. What is the thing that's guiding you? So you're in need of some serious self-reflection. I'm even seeing like a little self-vacation, not something crazy, but if you could just, rent an Airbnb or a cabin somewhere peaceful and quiet for a weekend so that you can reassess what's going on with you, because it's getting out of hand, and the burnout is coming. The burnout is coming if you don't make some serious changes. And you've experienced burnout before. This is not something foreign to you. You felt it time and time again, and it's time to break that pattern and cycle. So, yeah, maybe a weekend getaway for yourself, and somewhere not something crazy or loud. Like, this needs to be a quiet so that you can look inward and figure out what's going on with you in the most loving way possible. And I'm getting a chicken with their head cut off. You've spread yourself too thin. And I'm seeing that scene in Lord of the Rings where Bilbo says that, like, he feels like a spread across too much toast, butter like you're spread far too thin, and it's because you've been saying yes to way too many things. So I almost see like a wheel, and it's turning so much, and it's turning and it's turning, and it's starting to shake off the hinges, and people see that. And with this chicken with their head cut off, like, people see that you're pushing yourself off the rails, and I don't want that for you. Like, I want you to have a sort of grace and dignity. You owe that to yourself. But I see a mental breakdown is on the horizon if you don't drop some of the things that you've been carrying. So, yeah, make that getaway before the burnout happens again, because it's coming. Yeah. Knight of Wands and Temperance. Yeah, this is the it's coming that I was just picking up on. And the Temperance is you need to come into balance, or else life will force you to come into balance. Like, you do not want your health. And that's another thing when you're burning yourself at both ends. Is that a saying? When you're burning the wheel, I don't, I don't know what the saying is, but you get the point when you're overdoing it and not, like, you're only a human. I don't know when you started thinking that you, like, had 8 hands and multiple bodies and could be in multiple places at one time, but you are still a human, and that's if you keep doing this, life is gonna force you to take a break, and that can show up in things like your health failing on you, and I do not want that for you. I do not, like, I see you as a friend. And I don't want that for my friends, okay? I don't want that. And I really do feel like health scares are on the horizon if you don't. Because it's like really, you're not getting enough sleep. Your body is hurting. And I'm seeing like cooking and cleaning for people. And honestly, my body hurts like crazy when I've been cleaning a lot. So maybe just worry about cleaning your own house. Stop cleaning those people. Knight of Pentacles, yes. You need to move a lot slower. You've been doing way too much, and you need to slow down. You're still allowed to take action, but you're doing too much. It's time to take a slower pace. And there's something about the Knight of Pentacles that's really wise with how he moves. It's like, this is healthy, this is good, I'm doing these things because they're healthy, productive, and good. And I'm hearing you need to let go of doing things for the sake of doing something. Like, it's completely okay to take a beat. You don't need to be doing something every single moment of every part of the day. We have Ace of Wands and the Fool on the ground right now, and I'm not going to bend over to pick it up and show you, but it's Ace of Wands and the Fool. Yeah, you need a fresh start. And you need to find your passion or your spark. You're doing all these things, and I think it's coming from some sort of beautiful part of you that's kind of been twisted. So you could take this love for helping others and solving problems for others and do it in a healthier way, and do it in a way that benefits you as well. I'm seeing, if you want to help people, maybe there's some sort of nonprofit or some sort of because you want to help people, but the ways that you've been doing it and the ways that you're doing it that are harming you are unproductive, and you could be doing so much more. Like, you could take that passion and do so much more with it. And it could go, because if it's in a healthy way, and I'm also seeing that the help and the work you've been doing for other people is not being received or reciprocated, and so there's a big imbalance, and when this happens, that it creates like a block. And so maybe you do have a gift or a strength to help people or mother people or nurture people or make people feel safe, and those are all beautiful things, but because you've been pouring it, and I'm saying don't throw your pearls before pigs, you've kind of been throwing your pearls before pigs, and that's why it's almost stunting it, because this gift that you had, you're giving it to the wrong person, and it's like, okay, now the universe is cutting you off, and what could have been like flowing beautifully and creating significant impact is now being stunted because you did the wrong thing with it. You put it in the wrong basket. And so that's why, maybe situations are happening in your life to force you to slow down so that you can see and redirect into the place where it could have more impact. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't force it to drink. And that's, I see there's a lot of people in your life, you've been trying to force them to drink, but there's people who, I'm even getting like, maybe you're a healer. There's people who want to learn and grow, and those people need you. The people who are ready for it and who want to make the positive changes in their life, not these people who are just taking advantage. I'm hearing you say, does it look like I have L on my forehead? Or like take advantage of me on my forehead? And I have to be the one to say yes. Like, your behaviors and the way that you act is giving those manipulative user type of people, energy vampire type of people, the way you behave is like a sign that says, hey, take advantage of me. And those types of people who, they know what to look for, and every single thing that you do is the things that those types of people look for. So you need to behave differently. We have the death card reversed. I don't know what to say about that. I think you think this is whatever the universe is doing to force you to slow down. It feels like your life is over. Like, you don't know I almost see them taking away or removing these people from your life that you've been unnecessarily helping. And it's like, you don't know who you are without them. You don't know who you are without someone who needs you. And you think your life is over because of this. And your spirit team is like, no, we're trying to help you. Like, it's almost like, okay, you're in the same way that you've been pouring into these people, you're trying to help them overcome their problems and nurture them. Your spirit team has been doing the same thing with you. And so it's like this ripple, this chain event where you're pouring into these people, but they're not paying attention and not open to receiving it or growing. And your spirit team is pouring into you, and you're not open to receiving their help or growing. So it's just like a vicious cycle. And that's almost the things that are happening to force you to slow down are so that you can finally receive your own help. Like, there's people who are trying to help you, and you're worried about them people. Queen of Swords and Six of Wands. Okay, yes. You need to be cold and calculating. You need to think with some skepticism, especially. I think you get taken advantage of because you believe everyone's story, and that can be good, but you need to not be so gullible. You need to ask a couple questions. If two and two do not equal 5, okay? You need to make sure that things are adding up before you help people. And I think once you start asking more questions, if you really take it a couple thoughts deep, you're gonna see that the help you've been doing has been misplaced. So really ask questions, be skeptical, be a little bit calculating, like, this isn't adding up. Because that's where your victory is gonna come in. Like, you're gonna get to be a winner because you're gonna see the truth. And even you need to ask more questions for yourself and your own peace of mind that you're making the right choices. And I'm hearing you are making the right choices, okay? You just don't believe everything that people say. Don't just take things at face value. You're allowed, especially if you're investing your time, energy, or money into something. I want you to be hesitant and to ask more questions. And the people who are good people are not going to be angry with you for being curious or asking questions, because I do see that you always approach things with love and with grace. So, yeah. I think it will be very illuminating for you to start asking the people that you're helping more questions about the circumstances or the situations, because not everything is as it seems, is what I'm hearing. And I mean, it might be a bit of a rude wake up call for you when you learn the truth about these situations. I want you to know that, I mean, the help and the work you've poured in was not to waste, especially if it helped you come to this moment of self realization and actualization and being able to put it in a more healthy place. I do see you, especially this collective, being people who come up with like beautiful businesses, nonprofits, organizations that help people. And if, you know, these situations with these manipulative user type of people help you come to this realization that leads you to this other thing, it's all for a purpose, even if it feels tough right now. Yes. I love you and wish you all the best. If this resonates, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to work with me, I do tarot readings. You can book with the link in the bio. It is stanstore/Ava Alana. I can ask. Gosh, I'm tired. So, you can ask any question. I can answer any question. If you would like to work with me one-on-one, I also take personal clients for consulting, where we work through problems that you're facing, reaching your dreams, goals, highest potential. We use tools like tarot and astrology to get that insight for you. If that sounds interesting, again, it's at stanstore/Ava Alana. I wish you all the best. Have a beautiful day.